Hello, everyone, and welcome to the full 90. So, yeah, we're back again already for another team selection, and this time it is for game week 13. So, obviously, we just had game week 12, and yeah, it wasn't obviously the best week for me in terms of points, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of regrets. But before we get into this video, guys, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe for more, and leave a comment down below if you wish to as well. Haas will try and join the stream, so hopefully during this obviously stream we might see obviously the appearance of Haas, but until then I'll currently just show how obviously my week's gone and obviously show you what my plans are for game week 13 and how the lineup looks. So let's obviously begin. Let's get out of the way game week 12 because it was a horrendous, I think, week for a lot of people. Not as bad as obviously me, as I only scored 28 points, and the average obviously was 39, so I was 11 points below the average of what I should have got. But there is many reasons to explain that, as you can see from the 11. Munoz was the only player to return me any sort of return, so everyone else blanked around Munoz. He was the the fundamental point giver for me. With scored a goal, got a clean sheet, got a yellow card, but he also got a bonus free as well in that 2-0 win for Crystal Palace. So I'm not going to really go much into depth with this team because it is quite shocking. After an international break, a lot of players were benched, including Caicedo. I think Van der Ven was he benched? No, he played, but he just got 4 goals conceded against him, which was like he didn't play, as he ended up on 0. Gabriel was he's out for a while, and I was meant to transfer him out, but I didn't do it in time. So yeah, there's a lot of issues that need to be addressed in the team, especially. But yeah, the Caicedo benching was kind of annoying. I don't think it would have really mattered much if he did play. We'll never know. Obviously, my captain didn't do well either. João Pedro, his teammate, only getting 2 points, and yeah, I believe he's been heavily transferred out as well. But yeah, the rest of the team pretty much blanks all around. Yeah, I'll cut that really short because there isn't much to say for this week. Let's get that out the way and let's move on to, and we'll see what game week 13 looks like. So as you can see here now, this is my current 11 for game week 13. So in goal we got Donnarumma. He has Leeds at home, so I think it's a good fixture for Man City to bounce back into after obviously losing at the weekend. There was a couple of big teams that did lose. The exceptions of Chelsea and Arsenal were the only ones really to get the win, especially that Arsenal extends their lead now on top of the table. And yeah, it's looking even better for Arsenal now, especially after the Eze hat-trick. Congratulations for anyone that did have Eze in their team, especially if you captured him for that hat-trick he got at the weekend too. But yeah, going back to obviously the fixture, Leeds at home. Hoping for a clean sheet here for Man City at the Etihad. Hopefully, I know Leeds can stir some trouble up though for them, so there's no guarantees for obviously Man City to get that clean sheet, as we know they're not on top of their game as we normally do see them. So yeah, let's hope Donnarumma's got his golden gloves on. Moving on to the back five, and yes, it's still a back five. This format is going to change soon because as effective as it was, it's sort of lingering into non-effectiveness now. And I do want to increase my rank and gain a little bit more momentum. But yeah, the back five consists of Timber, Senesi, Van der Ven, Munoz, and Matty Cash. Now, obviously, from previous game weeks, I sort of have like a pattern of who I want to keep, who I want to get rid of. And yeah, I will come on to who that may be and what the plan is for that, because as we know, Salah and Haaland both in the same team take up a lot of money in the obviously in the bank. So yeah, there is some plans to be done with that. But I like the fixtures for a lot of them. I mean, I did do a transfer, an early one, as you may notice, because Gabriel is no longer in the team. He's going to be out for a while. So I did bring in Urian Timber as a replacement for Gabriel because I still want an Arsenal defender. And he is I'll say, next best choice. If you're still looking for maybe an attack return from him, it most likely will come in from him in terms of defender options. So yeah, he is the early transfer I did take during this week before, obviously, the deadline. Yeah, but the rest of the fixtures for them are pretty much home ones, apart from Senesi and Timber, who are both away. Obviously, Fulham at home, Man United at home, Wolves at home for the other three of the back five. So yeah, I quite like might see the attack and return here and there from a defender, clean sheet. So it's a mixed bag for the back five. Moving on to the midfield, which I'm not really happy with, if I'm honest. Caicedo didn't really pay off for the two fixtures I brought him in for, which were really good for Chelsea, although he obviously blanked in the first one. And in the second one, he was benched, so it didn't quite work out that transfer as I hoped it would. He's also got Arsenal next, so not really going to fill me with confidence that anything significant will come from that game, but you never know, because we've said this before, and a return has happened in those kind of matches. Semenyo is currently yellow flag still. I'm in two minds to keep Semenyo because his injury is not as serious as obviously Gabriel's one. So yeah, I'm in two minds to keep obviously Semenyo in the team. I'll have to check his situation, whether he's fit enough to come back for game 13 or not. So he is one that I'll have to look out for. And then the final midfield, obviously the shocking result of this player is Salah. And I think I've held on for Salah long enough, probably too long than I should have, if I'm honest now. I kind of thought Liverpool would sort of have a resurgence of form after a very troubling spell, which is continuing, not just in the Premier League, but also in other competitions as well. They lost heavily the other night 4-1 to PSV, I believe, and yeah, it's not looking good, obviously, for the manager slot, as his managing role could be under threat if the run of fixtures for Liverpool don't turn around soon enough for him. So going back to obviously Salah, this has affected his form. I'm not sure what in particular has caused Liverpool to just have a drop in absolute form. But yeah, he is a priority transfer for me this week. He saves a lot of money, if I'm honest. He's two players in one for the price value he's at. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a transfer I'm looking to obviously do. And then finally, moving on to the front two is João Pedro and Haaland. In terms of João Pedro, he has Arsenal at home. It's a tough fixture. One that he could possibly turn up in. He's been transferred out a lot, which, again, I won't take that as a bad thing. I think a lot of people have had enough of João Pedro, not returning as much as we hoped he would. I think he was the highest owned player from Gameweek 1, and that sort of dipped up and down, but now it looks like I think a lot of people lost faith in João Pedro just from the inconsistency of goals and returns for Chelsea. In the absence of obviously Palmer as well, which is a surprise. The goals aren't really coming his way, and the early substitutes off as well in the late stages of the second half do not help either. So I think he'll be a transfer, but not so much at the moment. I kind of want to stick with him and see what happens, because I do have other plans elsewhere for the team. And then finally, we've got Haaland, who has Leeds at home. So he is my captain choice in terms of the selections I have. I think Haaland is the best one in that 11. Not really looking at putting it on anyone else at the moment, but yeah, it solely rests on him. I think he will be the most captain player in the game week, so it's kind of like a safety captain pick, I guess. Just for the sake of Haaland could score a hat-trick or 2 goals out of nowhere. As we all know, he's capable of doing that. And on the bench, we just got a non-playing bench. Apart from Potts, he's the only player that actually has minutes. The rest of them do not. So, yeah, bench options not really available there. So let's obviously move on to the transfer page. and I can go in a little bit more, obviously, depth of what I'm deciding to do. So just a quick little look. I have three transfers. I did have four. I used one early on taking out Gabriel and replacing him with Timber. So I have three left. I got 0.6 million in the bank. And yeah, I'm in the luxury of having free transfers, which is good. So I can do a lot with the team, change it around, and definitely want to downgrade. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove Salah from the squad. I mean, he's had 2 blanks against Man City, not Forest. So even those 10 points against Aston Villa gave me 10 weren't sufficient enough. So yeah, I think it's time to replace him, unless something is a turnaround for Liverpool, but I'm not convinced. The player I'm deciding to bring in is the player that was a player of the Gameweek, and that was Eze. Reasons being, I know he has a tough fixture against Chelsea, but the way Arsenal are playing at the moment, I think you'd want to go with a triple up just because of their position in the table as well, the way they're playing. I mean, they broke Bayern Munich's record of wins as well the other night, and yeah, that's not an easy feat to do against Bayern Munich, as we know how obviously well they play. So yeah, my reasons for obviously bringing Eze is where Arsenal are on the table. It's this. I think it's these choice triple up is easy. 2 attackers, 1 defender. I think is the right way to go. I think at the moment, I don't see really Arsenal dropping many points this season the way they're playing, and this could possibly be their title-winning season as long as they keep on the right trajectory for it. So he's the first player I'm decided to bring in, and obviously that saves me a lot of money. That's 7.1 million just from that. So yeah, 2 free transfers to go. Depending on Semenyo news, I might take him out, but most importantly, I want to do something else with my bench selections because I don't have any. I kind of want to have another one in the midfield because the midfield is lacking a bit. I do want to turn it up and change it, upgrade it a bit. So the other player I'm going to take out is Donovan, and to replace him, I'm in 2 minds for this because I could triple up on Arsenal, bring 2 Arsenal players in against Chelsea, Declan Rice and Eze. Is that knee jerky or not? I'm not sure, but it does look good when you look at it like that. Rice, Eze, and Timber in that team looks really nice. And in terms of Arsenal assets as well in the attack, Rice and Eze are the highest scoring ones. Yeah, because I'm surprised that Saka is nowhere near the top of that list, which is quite amazing considering how obviously Arsenal are playing. Just the players around him obviously getting the results more than he is. But I think Eze and Rice could be the 2 I bring in. Just because I just like how Arsenal are playing at the moment. They seem dangerous, a hard team to beat, and there's a lot of goals, much more goals than there were last season from them. So yeah, I like the triple up on those 3 assets. Maybe Caicedo as well goes on. Again, I'm not sure who I would take out for him though. That is yet to be decided. I've not made a choice on that, but I am dead set on maybe bringing in 2 Arsenal players into the team. And obviously, depending on if Semenyo is fine or not for Gameweek 13, he could be a player I take out as well, or maybe not. I'll maybe keep Caicedo in and take Semenyo out. We'll have to see. One of them is going though, I think, because I'm not happy with either choice in that selection between the 2 in the midfield. I do want to change it out a bit. So yeah, that is my current plans, I think. So effectively, I bought in triple Arsenal this week, if you count Timber as an early transfer. That does leave me one transfer left with 4.7 million in the bank. And I think I still will keep my captaincy over Haaland. But it does mean Salah and obviously Donovan leave the team, as they are obviously not getting me any points and not helping my rank. So yeah, I think that's the plans, guys, for my team for this week. I will definitely make sure to do it before the deadline stream this obviously deadline for this week, as it is a Saturday deadline, 1:30 on the 29th of November. So yeah, it is just around the corner. But with that in mind, I think that is it, guys. I think that is pretty much all self-explanatory. You've seen the team, seen my obviously previous week, and what my plans are for Gameweek 13. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. It's been a quick, obviously, stream. Obviously, and I'm just showing the team and the plans. So yeah, hopefully it's a better week. In advance, good luck for Gameweek 13, as you'll see me on the next one in Gameweek 14. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But until then, good luck. Hopefully you get a green arrow. Yeah, and take care and see you on the next one, guys.